Hi, and welcome. My name is Hambone, and I am the creative director and lead editor for VBunny Go. Now, what is VBunny Go? Well, let me tell you. VBunny Go is a cartoon show that we do in VR. And this video in specific is for editors who are interested in working with us on the VBunny Go show cartoon. So, in other words, we do a lot of filming in VR and we treat our show like a cartoon show. Because of that, it is very different from what most editors are used to. And so I'm creating this tutorial video to help with future editors who want to join the team and help us with our production pipeline. So what you're about to learn is not standard gaming or standard YouTube editing. This show is built like a cartoon. That means timing, pacing, reaction, silence, and rhythm matter more than quote-unquote cuts per minute or decorating the footage to make it look all nice and fancy and all the VFX here and VFX there. We don't care about that. All of our VFX, all of our stuff is filmed in-game, and it's done in-game, production and everything. So we are not focused on trying to make our videos look good with VFX. If VFX is your strong suit and that's all you know how to do, this job will not be for you. Just straight up. It's not that we don't use VFX sometimes, but 99% of it is done in-game. The audio and the story is actually emphasized before the video, and we'll explain how that looks in a little bit later down the video. By the way, you can also find the timestamps at the bottom of the video so that if you are applying for a specific role or specific part, or if you want to jump ahead, you can look at the timestamps. So, anyways, we film everything inside of VR with multiple voices, multiple actors, and a director camera. I have the director camera, and that's going to be the main camera we follow throughout most of the video. Your job is, again, not to make our footage look decorated with a ton of VFX and this and that, but it's to basically assemble performance into the story. We will walk through this process and teach you how to edit any episode we produce with consistency and speed. If you try to freestyle this like a montage or a gameplay video, it will not work, and we will not be accepting you as an editor. Sorry, sounds harsh, but it's just the reality. This test is not about being fast. It's about being precise and understanding a new style of editing for live action cartoons filmed in virtual reality, basically. So everything that you know about editing right now, throw it out the window. I hope that you have the basics for like understanding your macros and speed and workflow and all that kind of stuff, and understanding how all the tools work inside of here in Adobe. But overall, we need you to kind of forget everything that you know. And you'll quickly begin to see why. So we're going to break this down into 4 different parts. It's going to start with the setup, which is processing the raw footage, as you can see back here. I have it all set up already. And I'll give some tips along the way. Number 2 is we're going to do assembly and clean cuts, otherwise called the rough cut. And it's actually not as complex as you might think, and we'll go over that as well. After that, we're going to go into the story and pacing, which is the meat of the filming, or the editing, I mean. And that is going to be the hardest part for most of you here. And then we're going to be going into the final cut, which is the polishing, sound effects, music, subtitles, sample transitions, stuff that probably you're more used to. So let's jump right into it, and I am going to be showing you our test footage for a brand new video that we just filmed specifically for this, specifically for editors to basically have a test run. So you will receive this footage and the project. You will also receive our templates for our basic sound effects and so on. We actually use a lot of Suno, which is AI music for our music. We also have Epidemic Sound, So epidemic sound is appropriate as well. But we also use sound effects from 11 Labs. Again, AI generated sound effects. Sometimes we'll use sound effects from YouTube as well, or wherever we could find them. Overall, the whole point is we're pulling from everywhere here. So don't worry about trying to find a specific thing inside of our templates. The main thing that you're going to focus on for our main sound effects are here under Essential Sound Effects. Okay? So let's go over everything and kind of go from there. So we're going to start with the setup / ingest / whatever you want to call it. We just call it the setup. Inside of the setup, the first thing that you're going to do is actually download the footage. Now, here's a quick note. When you download the footage, you have to download every single file individually. Do not try to zip it all together. It will not work. Do not test it. Do not try it, because you will run into the same issues where you're going to find missing footage. So right-click it, download it individually, one at a time. You probably have to have multiple tabs up of the same thing. That's just kind of a quick note. Specifically, I'm talking about videos, like I'm not talking about sound effects or our essential sound effects or anything. We're talking about like the really large video files. So in Google Drive, download those video files one by one. Once you get that, we're going to bring it into our project, and you guys will have this project as well. And we're going to throw them under videos. Now, this is all common practice, but I'm going to go over every detail just in case, because if you miss part of this workflow, you will end up getting stuck later on. It's really, really important you follow each step, and you'll see why. So, all the videos are laid out here. We have a picture of them at the grocery store. This could pretty much be ignored. And this is our setup sequence. Under our workflow, you're going to see setup, rough cut, story cut, final cut, and then shorts if we're breaking down shorts. However, we're not really doing shorts in this season, so you don't really have to worry about breaking them down. We have other tools for that. Anyways, this is going to be the main footage that you're going to be working with. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential actors at any given time. Sometimes all 8 of them are there. And it's important to correlate each part of the footage with their name. You'll also see in the footage where it says like Hambone Grocery Store 1, 2. Sometimes it'll say something like Hambone A1 and then parentheses 1, Hambone A1 parentheses 2, Hambone B1 parentheses 1, and so on. The reason for that is in our footage, we're separating them in OBS into 30-minute increments. So you'll get some splits like this. So all I do here is highlight those, press Command, or I'm on Mac, so I'll just say Command or Control, I think on Windows, Control G, and it groups them together. And if you guys don't have your macros set up, I strongly suggest looking up some videos on how to set up macros for Adobe, because inside of this, I could just move my mouse anywhere instead of clicking up here and then dragging this and then right-clicking this. You want to be able to do things with speed. So like I could do this, boom, now it's grouped together. You see what I'm saying? And we want to build that speed up, but that's kind of just a small tip. Anyways, you're going to see all the footage, and we want to layer them into multi-cameras. So for my footage is going to be the main footage, and that's because you're going to see these clappers. These clappers are going to help you significantly throughout the entire thing, especially with setup and with rough cuts or assembly. So the way we do this is my footage is going to be on track 2 always, okay? VBunny's footage, which is POV, her POV, is going to be on track 1. I have 4 tracks here. We're only going to use 2 of them, but I'm going to drag them down to sound effects down here so that they're just kind of out of the way. The first track is all 3 of the bottom tracks combined. The second track is just my voice. The third track here is the audio or game sound effects inside the game. The fourth one is our Discord. It's a backup track for our actors, and it's a way to sync up with them as well. So you can leave this be for right now. We're going to take Minxie, and we're going to put him on number 3 because he's the only other camera outside of VB. Sometimes we have Gamer as well. So for Minxie, we want to be sure that his is on the right track down here. So we drag that down to Minxie, and we drag that over here. Just kind of place it. Don't worry about placing it exactly yet. We'll go over that in a second. And then for VB, we really, for this example, we're just going to take her voice, and I'm going to ungroup them. So they're ungrouped, and then I'm going to press Command L, which separates them basically. It does, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. Oh my goodness. Link. It unlinks them. Thank you. Okay, so the top one is her main audio. The bottom one is her gameplay, and this is also the Discord. We're just going to delete the gameplay in Discord and then group them all together. So now you have VB, and we're going to bring that here under her track. And then you have Gamer, Bad Gamer. We're just going, it's his audio only, so we're just going to go there. Same exact thing, kind of bring this over. Now, they're pretty lined up, but they're not exactly lined up, and so we're going to teach you guys how to sync them up. This is extremely important, and it's extremely important to get this right. So pay attention to this part, because if you screw this up, the entire video is going to be offset and cost you hours in corrections later down the line. We're going to take my footage here and drag this over. Now, we're going to listen, and we're going to hear each actor basically saying, Hambone, scene A, take 1, and then whatever name. It's going to reflect what they see right here. As you can see, scene 1, editor test run, grocery store. So we're just going to listen. I'm going to listen and listen for whose voice comes first. My voice will come first always.
Let me fix that bar.
And then theirs will follow.
Hambone, scene A, take 1.
So let's listen here.
Hambone, scene A, take 1. This is the editor test run. You could just say grocery store.
Okay, so that's where it starts. Okay, now you're free to either cut that part off if you want, or leave it be, but we're going to be paying attention to the Discord down here and who comes after me. So I'll just kind of cut this off. So now it's this one.
Can you do an actual...
Gamer, scene A, take 1, editor thing.
Okay, so now we ignore his blah, 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 and we go here. The wave forms are going to line up exactly, so you can always kind of look out for that.
Gamer, scene A, take 1, editor thing. Gamer, scene A, take 1, editor thing.
Cool, so now it's lined up. You can't tell the difference between the two. Now we listen to the next.
Minxie, editor, okay, scene A, take 1.
Okay, so we go to Minxie. Same thing, we drag that over. And I look at his waves right here. I know that those look very similar to here, so I'm going to drag that right over.
Minxie, editor, okay.
Okay, so he's good. So we could cut off this part here.
BBC.
Or we don't have to necessarily cut it off. We could cut off at the end, but just kind of giving you an example. Okay, so now we go to the next person.
BBC scene A, take 1, editor test run.
Okay, so again.
BBC scene A. A, take one, editor test run. VB 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 scene A, take one, editor test run.
Okay, cool. So we have everything synced up and lined up. All of this followed because they're grouped together. And now I'm going to turn off all of this stuff on my side. Turn it off here. Just keep this right here, the V1, and press Q. Everything lines up. Okay, so now we have everything lined up here. And then at the end, we just want to kind of cut off the very end.
Great job, everybody. You did great. Woo!
And then right here is a good spot to cut off. Now, obviously, some stuff is selecting because we have it on groups. So you could just ungroup that, delete it, take all of this, press Command L. Now, nothing should be technically grouped together or whatever anymore. Everything should be separated. Yep. And then I like to color code our actors' voices just so that it's easier to follow along with them. And now for my footage down here, my footage is, my audio here. I'm going to delete the first one because that's just a combination of all three. Don't delete the Discord one just yet, just in case. The reason is because sometimes mics can glitch out in the actual filming and we may have to come back and actually grab this. We will use my game audio, and there's a game sound effects here. And so we just drag that up, put it there, recolor it, and that's good to go. This is my actual dialogue. Sometimes I will play a voice. Many times I'm just simply giving notes. So that could just go up to my section up here. Highlight that some boring color so you know that's mostly just director's notes. If there is a certain part where I'm actually talking, you can always take it and color that something different so that we know that that part's really important. This can stay under sound effects 1 for right now and just disable it, which is Shift E, so that it goes away. Now, any other voice that is not being used for this filming, we just delete those individual tracks. So we're deleting AK, Bubbles, Corbin, Salty. Leave the reverb. That's pretty important. And then this is another extremely important step. Multicam. So everything is lined up and everything has multiple cameras on top of each other. We want to highlight all of those after they've been cut off at the end and the beginning. And we want to press F2, or we want to just simply turn them into a nest. So you could just call this multicam. And then after that, we want to press F3, which turns it into a multicam. And from that point, we have BB's perspective, my perspective, and Glitch's perspective, or Binksy's perspective. So we're going to actually hit number 2 and keep it on my perspective for right now. And you're going to see why. So this concludes setup. This is all setup is basically getting all the footage, lining it up, making sure it's nice and neat. Sometimes we'll have multiple footage that lines up and you have to kind of do this a couple times depending on the video, but we try to usually keep it under one thing, and that is that. So that concludes the setup portion of the edit. If this is all you're asked to do, then your job is done. Great work, and then you send it over to the rough cutter. So now we're going to go into the rough cut, or the assembly clean cuts. Now, we're going to be taking this. This is already under setup because of our workflow and our sequence. We're going to copy the setup and drop it into the rough cut. Or you can just, grab it, right click, make sequence. We're going to delete this picture here. Okay. And we're going to, we'll leave the Discord in for now. just in case, just we'll leave it in unselected or unenabled. But sometimes I like to just get rid of that too. But this is going to be called the rough cut. So we have our rough cut here. We have our setup here. And we're good to go to the next part. Now, rough cut is pretty simple. We are basically just piecing together the story. So at the beginning of the video, you'll either see this at the beginning of the video or you will see this in the actual documentation itself. So you can read this story, and this is basically how it lays out. You, as the rough cutter, want to basically lay out this story in a raw form so that everything kind of follows along, right? So VBunny is working at a grocery store on her first day. Blah, 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 right? You can read through it, kind of get the idea of the story in your mind. So we know that VB's working at a grocery store. Glitch appears as a normal customer, and he's trying to buy an item. Then he rapidly switches roles. Different customers, different voices, each complaining about something. VB tries to stay polite, and the story becomes chaotic. Now, the story changes a little bit when we actually film, so you'll have to keep that in mind. But we'll go over that and what that looks like. The final customer glitch reveals it was him the whole time, and the scene ends. So basically, VB's working at a grocery store. Now, this is really important. If you look up here under these 3 lines where it says rough cut, and you go to continuous video thumbnails, you're going to see a lot of red. Those red parts you are going to cut. And we're going to assemble the story from those. And you see that you could see them saying like BA1, you could go down here and see AA2. You could go down here, see, C4. So let's go over what this means. So the roll. B-roll means that it's B-roll. It's not actually a part of the scene, but it's important enough to take note of and keep. Then you go over here to A-roll. So this is scene A, which is A-roll. That means it's like the main scene, take 1. And you kind of go through that, and we say action, we see the whole scene filmed, and then we have another cut here, A2. Now, there's stuff happening behind the scenes here. Maybe I'm working on something. Maybe I'm doing, this is VB's POV. Maybe I'm talking to them about something. But I always have this up on my camera so that for editors, you know how to cut easier. That way you don't have to go here like searching through everything and rewatching everything. I'm sure you've worked with people who do that, and it's insufferable. I literally hate that as an editor myself. Okay, so I'm going to go through the rough cut and kind of show you guys how it works. So first we kind of go through the footage. We know it's in this area. We find...
And then notice the B-roll as well.
By the way, when you guys watch this, it's really important you actually watch all of this first part, because I explain a lot here to you. That's for a whole separate video though, or not separate video. That's for you when you actually get the footage and listen to it.
Throw these under the...
So we're going to go to B-roll here.
We're just going to do every single time a scene is about to start, because that waveform will look exactly the same every single time.
I'm talking here about action. So actually, we'll just play through that part really quick.
If you look at that waveform, you'll know every single time a scene is about to start, because that waveform will...
This waveform right here. So,
and you're going to see something in the edit when I say action.
Right here. See that? Action. That's what that waveform looks like. Looks like 2 little mountains. One mountain, one smaller mountain, and then slide off.
Action. If you look at that waveform, you'll know every single time a scene is about to start, because that waveform will look exactly the same every single time. So here we go. This is B-roll for Bunny Mart, and action.
So you see the action here. So you see the red, right? B-roll. You see the action. And so right off the bat, I know, like just by looking at it, I know B-roll action starts here. I don't even have to watch the footage. Does that make sense? So, super important that you pay attention to those actions. This is
A1, A2.
This is just me kind of explaining how the clapper works. So then we just kind of delete all that, start it over. Okay, so this is B-roll, right? This is B-roll. This is an establishing shot of the entire thing. And we kind of just take that to the
Okay,
end
so
until I say cut or start talking. And I explain some more stuff here. You can watch that on your own. And then again, we see A1, right? We see A1. More of me talking. That's to you specifically again. A1, it ends here. And then look at that. A1, right? And then here's the action. So I know if I just start right here and literally just press Q, it's going to just watch.
There's like no customers today. Hello. Help me do something.
And then, Gamer, could you say something in the intercom?
So when you see me talking like this, here, if you look closely, there's another action here. So that action is super important. So if you hear me talking like this or see a bunch of text here, kind of like skim over it.
And then, Gamer, could you say something in the intercom of like, get back to...
And it's me giving some instructions. So in the rough cut, you're going to want to
Do something.
take that, cut it here, give some extra room just in case. I'd rather you guys give yourselves a little bit more room than not, and that'll be important for the story cut later. I'll explain why. And then we go to the action.
Action.
And cut all that.
Something.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Cut.
And then you'll see my cut right here. So now, when I say cut, sometimes the actors will finish out a line. Be really careful to not cut those out. The cut is like, hey, the scene's ending.
Cut. Okay.
Yep. So in this case, we could just cut it here. And now we're on A2. So it follows the sequence. Do you see? So we go to A2. We go throughout this. And again, we look for my action.
Should be pushing. Switch it. Action.
See that? I knew right away. Action followed by silence. There's a little mountain. I know that this is basically the whole scene right here. Right? So let's listen to it.
Action.
So I want to cut right after action before the zooms because those zooms, again, will be important in the story cut, and I'll explain why later. So there's the action.
2 for 2?
And then I kind of can skim through.
Good.
Deal.
Cut.
Okay. Cool.
Up 3, 2, 1, and action.
Now, same thing. I'm going to kind of speed run this from this point so you can kind of see how fast you can actually go. We're going to get through this whole thing extremely fast. So I'm going to stop talking. You guys can just watch and start taking note. But the same pattern happens over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so see A3.
Okay. Start walking. Back up a little. Action.
Time to wake up.
Yeah, it's been dead all.
See? VB.
Okay, grab it and go.
Fine. It's a roommate deal.
Hold on,
Thank you,
pause really
VB.
quick. Let's actually. You have to give action.
Oh, that's really weird. I'm like, why is that protruding through my thing? But it's I don't know what's happening here. That's hilarious. Okay.
Action.
So again, action.
It's a roommate deal, a roommate discount. There.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go.
Okay, well.
Hold
Thank
on,
you,
pause really
VB.
quick.
So right here, I changed something.
Sorry. Right here. What does the price say?
It says $1.40.
There may be some overlap. So right here versus right here, you might see the same thing happening. It's not really for the rough cutter to
Hold on, pause.
Yeah.
to really worry about that too much. And you can delete my audio after the cut. It's not really the rough cutter's job to worry about that too much, but if you see a clear spot where things can connect, you could delete one or the other. However, that's mostly for whoever does the story cut to make those kinds of decisions. You just want to leave the scenes sort of raw for the story cutter. So again, this is going through.
You know what?
Listen to my notes here.
Keep the
And you know
change.
what? You know.
Okay, that's just a note to the actors.
Okay, how about this? And I need
cool.
people to
Gamer,
talk to, or
do
I
another
might actually
announcement.
lose my mind.
Anything.
Actually
Announcement?
lose my mind.
You know what?
About
Anything.
So there's some random talking here. You can cut this part, but again, I would leave it for the story cutter for the most part. Because
Pretend like there's a lot of customers in the store, gamer.
yeah, because there's a huge trim of silence here,
You know what?
and we're sort of breaking character, trying to get
So that I don't go crazy.
all that figured out. So
So-
you can cut to
So how about you don't leave so that I don't go crazy?
Just pretend like there's a lot of customers in the store, gamer, like another deal.
See, like I would, but that sounds like a lot of work, and I have things I have to do.
I'm so lonely. I will cry. I'll do your laundry. for you
Wow,
if you stay and
another
talk to me.
raging deal.
But again, only do that if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, leave it for the story cutter.
You have a fan.
Dramatic.
I
Please.
have.
Cut.
There's my cut.
Okay.
These
Now-
deals are going fast.
Let's come back. Like you're walking out the store.
Now, keep in mind, I don't switch back to, at least I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I did for this. I don't always switch back to the clapper. So it's kind of important for you to pay attention a little bit, like what's happening, and just kind of get my notes. Like right here, I'm getting another shot, right?
So and then you're gonna be like,
I did actually do that for you guys.
okay, ready?
But
And
it doesn't always happen. Sometimes I just get the other shot right here, and it's your job to kind of like cut through that noise and pay attention to those.
action.
But there's the action. That's going to be the key indicator. Even if the clapper is not there, that action is going to be like your main marker every single time.
Camera.
Pocket Kleenexes are only 10 baht.
Cut.
I don't even have any coworkers working with me.
Okay, perfect.
You see,
The lady at register 1 like a pocket Kleenex.
Oh, the guy in the
All
sky
right,
like to
so-
suck it.
so all right here, they kind of extended their lines, even though I cut.
Cut. Okay.
So right here, after I say cut, keep all that in. Just switch to VB's POV.
Oh, the guy in the
All
sky
right,
like to
so-
suck it.
Okay, you want to keep their lines even after I say cut, just in case we need to use some of them later. Okay, so again, him. All right, so again, we're going to be doing the same thing. I think this action.
Door,
No, cry, cry.
please.
And action.
Oh.
Yep.
I'd rather just be at home doing nothing.
Cut.
A customer.
That was good.
So a customer,
Leave your ears down.
and then I kept that in even after I said cut, because the actors are trained so that if I say cut, it means to end the scene. Don't just stop.
Action.
Again, there's the action. I know I'm on B2. And just make sure you guys are following this too. Like if you're on B2 and then it skips to B4 for some reason, you might have missed something. Sometimes there are multiple takes. Sometimes you'll see a B2 and then another B2 and then another B2. 90% of the time you're just using the very last one because that's a retake of whatever we did. In this example though, I don't think we have that. So we know there's an action.
The happiest place on earth.
Start your day off brightly with $12 12-pack pan.
Cut.
Okay. So
Stop.
again, I'm speeding running at this point. So there's the action.
Be like, there's
Okay.
another customer in the store. Yeah, let me go get
She's
her.
out in the car.
Walk away fast.
No.
Cut. Perfect.
Okay.
I move to the hide.
There's my action.
Action. Cut.
There's my cut.
Help you. Deal. Action.
Okay.
See, there was no thing here, right?
Oh, my clumsy husband.
You must be the wife of that man who's looking for the pan.
Action.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
Action.
Okay.
And act. Cut.
here.
Cut.
Do you?
One more time.
Do you know everything?
We're gonna redo that.
Okay, we're redoing it.
Action.
Oh, that's okay. Oh,
So that's a good example of a redo and why you kind of have to pay attention.
they're gluten free, but
Means you have to use the restroom.
we have
Cut. Now, scene right here.
Anytime there's a redo, always just use the last take. Sometimes there's things that we can pull from other takes, but a lot of times it's not worth the time it takes to process it. So we're on B5,
Action.
all the way to my cut.
Hide.
Okay.
Cut.
Okay. There's my action.
Action.
Now we're on C.
Where's that code? Come on. Oh, what's this?
Cut. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, guy. Wait.
Now,
Hey, guy.
hold on.
All right. So now again.
Oh, wait.
Just in
No.
case.
Hey, guy.
Hold on. So now, going into the freezer. The next shot.
Okay.
Action. And action. Cut. Action.
Okay. What's bread in? Also,
Let's do that one
not-
more time.
No.
Action.
So again, it's a repeat.
Yeah.
Just gonna cut his audio there. All the way to the cut.
Let me fix it. Cut.
Okay, so there's the cut. He turns
The heck?
around. Looking
Okay.
for my action.
Validate.
Action.
Yeah, see that? I could tell my action from way over there, just from the waveform.
Action.
So he's standing here.
Cut.
So now, again, you could leave this for the storyteller or for the story cutter, because the story cutter will have to make a decision on where to cut here, right? Whether he wants this turn or this turn.
Cut.
Okay, then there's a cut.
Okay.
We're on C4 now. There's my action.
Action.
You could cut her messing with her headset.
It's not working. It's not working. Have you seen them?
No, I have not seen a lady or a
Stop, put on
yes, boss.
You can do it here.
Glitch?
No. So. No. Glitch. You get.
Okay, so again, we talk
Okay,
about
ready?
the
And
direction, instruction, and
action.
then action.
Oh,
But you don't bother the boss because the boss doesn't like to be bothered. But
all
you
right,
totally like to be
all
bothered.
right. Oh my god, I can breathe. I can't take this anymore.
Say, VB, it's
Oh
me.
my god. It's me, VB.
Go ahead, gamer.
Glad. I'm glad that you're feeling better. That's great.
Now on sale, 1 meter sandwiches for only $20. Woo.
VB, grab him and be like, let's go.
Come on, let's go have
All
a
these
meeting
deals
sandwich.
suck. What? No, I don't want to grab nothing.
Glitch is in the freezer.
Not the freezer again.
Okay, then.
I should have became a doctor.
Okay, then
My mom was right. I should have became a doctor.
That's how we'll end it. That
Make that note.
that
Okay.
gamer's thing.
And then I'm ending it right there, so you could drag that over.
My mom was right. I should have became a doctor.
And cut. Cut. Great job, everybody. You did.
And then that's the wrap. So that's it. Cut all my things here. And so if you're doing both rough cut and story cut, you can do a little bit more cleanup here. And sometimes these will be much longer and a little bit, hard. Like this is a very, very easy, very simple video. Sometimes these will be a little bit more expansive. But since I have no audio here, you could delete my track now. For the most part, the Discord seemed to be okay. You could leave it there, but that pretty much concludes the rough cut. So the rough cut now, if you look at it, it follows the story for the most part. We've got rid of like all the sort of dead space, not quote unquote actual dead space. We want to keep that for the story cutter. And again, I will show you why. But we got rid of all the moments that like aren't really relevant to the story. And now you can kind of like watch the story unfold as you kind of skim through it. Do you see what I'm saying? And now you only have 12 minutes of footage to work with. So we're concluding the rough cut edit or the assembly clean cuts edit. Now we're going to go into the story cut. This is where things can really get, I guess, complex. Everything here has been somewhat simple, and the setup's been simple, but it's been for this moment right now. So welcome to the story cut or the pacing. Try to pay attention because this is the hard part. And this is the part where most people don't get. So, as the story cutter, your job is to make the entire video watchable by itself without adding any sound effects, any VFX, or any transitions at all. You're working purely with the footage, so I'm getting rid of that. You're working purely with the in-game sound effects that are there. You are working purely with the actor's dialogue and putting it all together to feel like a cartoon. Now, when we watch a cartoon, cartoons are normally much slower than YouTube videos, quote unquote. If you watch something like Digital Circus or Powerpuff Girls, you're going to hear their audio and their dialogue very slow paced. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to keep everything super slow, but the main thing that we want, especially for younger kids, is comprehension. If you cannot simply turn your brain on idle and comprehend as you watch, then it is too fast or too complex. If there's too many voices speaking at once, it is too fast or too complex. We want simplicity, pretty much one voice at a time unless it's intentional chaos, and we want the story to be well understood. Okay? So this is where a lot of your creativity does come into play as well. So let's go over all of this. By the way, this should be here. The rough cutter should put this up so that you know it's B-roll. Outside of that, though, we're pretty good. So we look at this. So I'm going to find a good spot to kind of cut it so it's smooth. And we know that this is the establishing shot. So do. And then we don't have our music, so we can't exactly determine that pacing. That'll be in the polishing section. Inside of this, we always want to focus on audio first. And yes, we are also going to use multiple POVs, but we always start with the audio. Okay? So even right here, I'm going to bring this over. And we constantly use J-cuts and slight zooms. So whenever a new, like, because I'm constantly moving around to get like the best angles for everywhere, right? Sometimes I'll move around in real time, but then I'll reestablish myself and set myself back up. So it's important for you to recognize that. Like right here, there's a certain part where there, like, see that zoom right there? We want it to feel smooth. So we kind of start it here or a little bit further because the J cut.
There's like no customers today.
So the music will probably take over that part.
There's like no customers today. Hello. Help me do something. Oh.
Attention,
Oh.
attention all
So notice what I'm doing here. I brought that over for the J cut, and I'm listening more than I am whatever. So in the story cut, if there's like an absolutely like necessary, like I need a sound effect to get the pacing right here, then you can add it. Otherwise, you know, another option would just be to cut all this here, right? Put the breath inside of this here. And so if you notice, I'm rearranging the audio, and then the video I'm going to do after I get the audio in place where I want it. So now we listen to it, right?
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
That makes absolutely no sense.
So then that zoom here. So very slow pace, right? Especially in this scene. She's bored. She is like dreading her life, her job.
There's like
We could start with her like rolling her eyes.
there's like no customers today.
Maybe have some ambience in the background of like you know, just story ambience. That would be more so given to the final cutter. Sort of. Actually, I probably would want No, I'm sorry. For story cut, we actually do want you to put in like essential sound effects. So this would be something that is important. I'm sorry if I got that mixed up earlier in the video. Story cut does need to do essential sound effects. Final cut does music and things like that, and so I'll change that in our stuff as well. And it's only essential sound effects that affect the pacing. So here it would be like, let's do have store. Yeah, and so I don't even have a quiet store right now. I'm going to skip that for the moment. Just pretend, and we're just going to focus on the pacing and dialogue. If there are empty tracks, it's really important you delete them. So we're just going to watch through this for a second.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
That makes absolutely no sense.
So I imagine music here.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good deal. 2 for 2? What? Oh.
And then we want to switch to his
For
POV.
that. It's for that. For that. Wait a second. It's for that. It's for that.
Boom.
Wait a second.
So you see this really quick? This is really important. His mouth is not synced with this here. So I need to drag this over
Wait
a little bit.
second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Probably need to drag the whole thing over.
Let's try something here.
Then back to his POV.
Then here.
Are you gonna be my girl? Gonna be my girl.
So for her, maybe she's in the background, so we put a little bit of reverb.
Are you gonna be my girl?
Try something here.
Maybe a low pass filter to make her a little bit muffled, like she's on the store.
Are you be my
Then back to my POV.
Awesome. Awesome. Ah, what a deal. Ah,
So I move the audio here to sync up with his mouth.
what a deal. Deal.
And it cuts right here. As soon as he walks off screen, we want to
Deal.
make it look natural. See?
VB? VB works here. What the? VB? VB, wake up. It's not
So
works here. What the?
he looks at her, it zooms a little. Then I want to go to his POV.
VB. Wake up. It's time to wake up.
Maybe.
VB, VB! Wake up. It's time. VB, wake up. It's time. VB, wake up. VB, wake up. It's wake up. It's time to wake up. VB, wake up. VB, VB, VB!
Again, his mouth just seems a little bit desynced for some reason, so
VB, VB!
I want to fix that.
VB, wake up. It's time to wake VB, wake up. It's time to wake up. VB, VB, VB!
Hey, where am I? I'm working!
You are working. Yeah, so hard working. I want to buy something, VB.
So right here,
So hard.
my camera is almost always going to be focused on VB when we're actually in the action of it,
Thing, VB.
or the main character, and we want to tie in their audio together. So the reason I want the editor or the rough cutter to give space is so that we have room to do this right here with these J cuts. Because if the rough cutter is doing this too much, then we have to literally take this and expand it, and it gets like even this right now, it gets really annoying just to have to do this and find extra room. So it's better that the room's already there.
Buy something, VB.
And then I look for the J cut, kind of like right here,
VB.
and then drag that over.
Thing, VB.
You're my first customer, okay? I'm ready. Yeah, it's been dead all day.
Yeah. Well, I see that.
Hey,
I see that. Well, I see that.
And then again, see his mouth here. So I'm going to either move the audio or in this case, the video.
I see that.
There's his mouth. Then bring this over
See that.
and then cut to a different. And at this point, by the way, you can actually take off the longer thumbnails. Just go to video head thumbnails now. It loads faster.
Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here. have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here, and this is the real price to set it back there on the shelf. And this is the real price to set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
That
Wow.
didn't. No, it says. That
Wow.
didn't. No,
Mouth again.
that
Wow.
didn't. No. That
Wow.
didn't. No, it says it's 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140.
This isn't one.
Yeah, it's 140.
So, really quick, his mouth is off screen, so I can actually take this.
It's 140.
Oh, actually, no, it's not off screen.
Yeah, it's 140.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140.
This isn't 140.
I had
Glitch.
said 140. It says
140.
I had
Glitch.
said 140 right here. I had said 140. It says 140 right here. Look. 140. 140.
And then there's dead space here, so I want to cut that. And then J cut.
140.
That has to be a mistake. This is
It
like
said
$300.
2 for 2. It said
$400,
140.
really.
Well, it's 140. That's what you guys said the price was right there. That's what you guys said. It's 140. That's 140. Put it back there, V.
$400,
140.
really.
Well, it's 140. That's what you guys said the price was right there.
So he's repeating. We've already established that it's 140. So this whole repeating part, it's almost doesn't really make sense. We could just jump to right here.
Set it back there, VB. Do we have to go back there, VB? Do I? Set it back there, VB. Do we have to go back there?
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's.
What is it coming? What is it coming up here? What is it saying up here? What is it saying up here?
Again, his mouth.
Up here. What is it saying up here? What is it saying up here?
Then we can do
40.
comedic thing with sound effects. My essential sound effects.
$140. $140.
Again, her mouth is off, so I have to fix that.
$140. $140. $140. $140.
See?
$140.
See? Why, VB? Come on, cut. I got a break,
Fine.
VB.
Fine. It's a roommate deal, a roommate discount. There.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, VB.
see you at home.
Okay, so then this part actually repeats from here.
Cut just for you.
It says $1.40.
Uh-huh.
$1.40.
See? Why, VB? Come on.
$1.40.
Uh-huh. Exactly,
So we can cut all of this.
VB.
$140.
Exactly, VB. And you know what? Just for you, since you're doing such a good work at work, here's $2. Right there. Take the dollar.
Wow.
Yep. Here's $2.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So I could zoom here.
Wow.
Yep. Dollars.
Wow.
Yep.
You're so
Yep,
kind. You're so you're so
Yep,
kind.
yep.
So if you close your eyes for a second,
Glitch.
And you know what? Especially just for you. I love you so much. You can keep.
so he says a lot of stuff here,
Especially just for you, since I love you so much. You can.
but it doesn't really matter.
What? You can keep.
You just want to get straight to the point.
You can keep the extra change for yourself.
Okay. How about this? How
I know
about because you love me, like you just said, right? How about you? Because you love me,
I guess
like you.
I guess we do need to leave in the I love you, actually.
Just for you, since I love you so much, you can keep the extra change for yourself.
Okay, how about this? How
I know you
about
need it.
because you love me?
Okay, so anyways, here's what I'm trying to say. If you close your eyes, your job as the story cutter is to be able to understand what's happening with your eyes closed. Obviously, there's going to be some music that starts here, but we want to kind of like, let's just turn all this off for a second, and let's just close our eyes or watch a blank screen and just listen.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
That makes absolutely no sense.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good deal.
So even like right here,
2 for 2.
like honestly,
The price of 2.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
you see that? So it's like it jumps
2 for the
it jumps straight into it.
price of 2.
So we see VB turn, and then
For 2.
2.
2 for 2. Wait, that's
and there's him saying wait already. So I need to move that footage over.
2 for 2. Wait, that's actually a good deal. 2 for 2. What? Oh, that's for that. What? For 2. What? It's for that.
So I can move the audio here because there's no lip sync. When there's no lip sync or no or you're on PLV or something like that, you have free reign with audio.
What? Oh, it's for that. Oh, it's for that. That. Wait a second. Wait a second. For that. Wait a sec.
So let him think about it for a second. Maybe show his face.
Wait a second. Let's try something here.
And then there's some sound effects we could put here if we like the grab. The grab.
Awesome. Ah, what a deal. Deal. BB?
And so we kind of just go
Change.
on and play out the whole video like this, where we're just trying to make sense of it and trying to comprehend. You almost tell it like a story, right? Like if you think about someone saying like, once upon a time, there was a bunny working at a grocery store. And then the big bad wolf came and smelled some ham and a MetaQuest Pro and swapped him. You know what I'm saying? So we're almost like telling the story, slow paced, putting everything together so it's comprehensive and watchable.
Exactly, BB. And you know what? Just for you, since you're doing such a good work at work, here's $2.
Wow.
Yep.
You're so
Yep,
kind,
yep.
Glitch. Wow.
Yep.
You're so
Yep,
kind,
yep.
Glitch.
So we could do a cash register thing here. I feel like some of this is ignore my dogs.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
You're so
Yep.
kind.
So I think essential sound effects like that. Basically, we want to include things where it's like, if you close your eyes and heard it, you can understand what's happening. That's what we mean by like certain sound effects and so on. In this very specific case, most of the time I wouldn't say to add music until Final Cut, But in this specific case, I would consider adding some type of a mischief song. Let's see. We could just do this, something simple. I have something called Watchtower that auto syncs my footage and stuff. Strongly suggest it. That's something you're interested in. I don't sync though. No. So I would almost find a smoother thing now. And then maybe have her yawn right here instead. Feel it out.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good deal. 2 for 2.
In this case, I need to turn up Minxie's voice a little bit. I already have all of this stuff preset.
What? Oh, it's for that. Wait a second. Let's try something here.
And so we might be able to speed this up a little bit more, but overall, I think you kind of get the point. Sometimes I will let the music layer while I do cuts. If you press this button right here, the toggle sync lock, you can actually do cuts without it affecting the music. So like if I go here.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Just try something here.
Yeah.
Just try something. Just try something here. Just try something here. Awesome.
So if you notice there, I just watched his hand right here. Shot consistency.
Awesome.
Just had him pick it up.
Awesome.
And then grocery basket, we get a sound effect for that later.
What a deal. Deal. VB? What? VB works here. What the? VB, wake up. It's time to wake up. VB. VB? VB, wake up. It's time to wake up. VB. VB. VB!
Glitch! Hi! Where am I? I'm working!
You are working.
I'm working!
You are
And his mouth not synced up.
You are working. Yeah, so hard working. Yeah, so hard working. I want to buy something, BB.
You're my first customer!
And then I need to turn his voice up more still. The music.
Okay, I'm ready.
First customer.
Yeah, it's been dead all day.
See the audio here? Moving that over.
First customer.
Yeah, it's been dead all day.
Well, I see that. Well, I have something that I want to. Something.
this is kind of a funny part where he just kind of sort of stares at her. Something we can do here that's really unique to what our stuff is. So this part where he just stares, obviously he's talking here. What I can do is press F4, make that, cut that there. Adobe has a cool new tool where you can actually use generative AI to extend that. And basically it'll just have him staring. So it could be used for a lot of small, like little things like this. And then cut right here. So that way he's just kind of staring and we have the comedic
Well, I have
moment.
something that
Comedic moment.
I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here, and this is the real price. Let's set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140. Yeah, it's 140.
140. That can't be right. Hold on. This isn't.
Yeah, it's 140.
This isn't 140.
It said 140. It says 140 right here. Look. 140.
That has to be a mistake. This is like.
It's 140. 140. It says 140. 140. 140. It's 140 right here. Look. 140. Look. 140. Look. 140. And I want to buy this right here, and this is the real price. Let's set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140. Look. It's 140. Yeah, it's 140.
With the music.
Look. Look. 140.
That has to be a mistake. That has to be a mistake. This is like $300.
It said
$400, really.
Set it back there.
This is like $300.
Yeah, see this here? So, see how they're talking over each other? I would just delete his footage.
It's like $300. $400, really.
Set it back there, VB. Do we have to set it back there, VB?
Really?
Set it back there, VB. Do we have to go back there?
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's
Back there.
you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's
Well, what is it coming up here? What is it saying up here?
So
40.
Exactly, VB. And you know what?
140.
Exactly, VB. And you know what? Just doing such a good work at work. Here's $2.
Wow.
Yep.
You're so kind.
the music could change,
Glitch.
but now
And you know
we
what?
kind of have established it. And then we could do like a receipt printing. So let's just really quickly grab 2 sound effects. So I'll do receipt printing. And then I'll also do a scanner grocery store. Or just a beep, right? I could just find a beep. Let's go beep. There we go. And downloads.
$140. Say you're lying.
And then beep.
I'm just saying I don't think.
Then where's the
Yeah, it's 140. Look. 140.
That 140. That can't be. No, it says it's a 140.
So set it back right here, and this is the real price. Just set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's a 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140. Look. 140.
That has to be a mistake. There's.
Look. 140.
Okay, so this is a pretty good stop to a story cut.
Work. Here's $2.
Wow.
Yep.
There's.
It's the dollar.
Wow.
Cut that.
Wow.
And now we're going to separate this. So this is the first about 2 minutes of it. Ooh. That looks really bad, actually. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to try and... I don't know right now. For the moment, I'll just add a frame hold. No, that looks bad too. Let me see.
Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here. And
Let's just move his audio over and see what we can.
well, I have something that I want to buy. And well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here. And this is the real price. Just set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
Stay!
Well, I see that. Well, I have something that I want to...
What we can do is B-roll. Grab this. And put this here. Because they're saying no customers, right? Want a still shot. If I can get a still shot. You know what? Literally, I'm just going to do this. Add frame hold.
Well, I have something that I want... Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right... Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here.
Okay, so now let's just watch this whole part and see how it plays out and how it feels.
There's like no customers today.
You know what I just realized? In the B-roll, you can see glitch, so that needs to be changed. We need to back that up. Yeah, we can still see him. That's ridiculous.
There's like no customers.
Well, for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to pretend like
Well, I have some...
we're going to pretend like he's not there, and we'll figure it out later. So here we go.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good deal. 2 for 2? What? Oh, it's for that. Wait a second. Just try something here. Awesome. What a deal. Deal. VB? VB, wake up. It's time to wake up. VB!
Glitch! Hi! Where am I? I'm working!
You are working. Yeah, so hard working. So I want to buy something, BB.
You're my first customer, okay? I'm ready.
First customer.
Yeah, it's been dead all day!
Well, I see that. Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here. And this is the real price. Just set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140. Look. 140.
That has to be a mistake. This is like $300. $400, really.
Set it back there, VB. Do we have to go back there?
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's...
Well, what is it coming up here? What is it saying up here?
140.
Exactly, VB. And you know what? Just for you, since you're doing such a good work at work, here's $2.
Wow.
Okay, so it's not bad. We're going to conclude that for the story cut, and we're going to move on to the final cut so that you guys could fully understand like what each section entails. So the story cut is going to be done like this in a sense throughout the entire thing. Normally we have about 20 to 25 minutes of footage depending on how it plays out, but it's kind of like taking this and repeating it over here. For the final cut, again, you would take this down here and did I accidentally... Okay, so I accidentally forgot to... Like, this is the rough cut. I accidentally forgot to take the rough cut and turn it into a story cut. So, that's just a bad habit of mine. But this should be the rough cut on its own sequence, and then this should be the story cut on its own sequence. And then we want to take that and move it into a final cut. Okay, so now we're in the final cut. We're going to ignore all of this for a minute, and we're going to look at this.
It's like, no, cut.
So for the final cut, a lot of this has to do with VFX, music at times. If the story cutter didn't use the music to pace it, adding music, adding sound effects, transitions, subtitles, right? Polishing things, like maybe this is something we take into somewhere else or VFX it so that it looks a little bit cleaner than what it is because the person's
like,
there.
no.
So like as part of Final Cut, I would have to clean this up. So I would add a frame hold and then that looks really bad, but I think you kind of get the point of what the goal is.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily...
So part of this would be adding foley. So foley would look like empty store ambience.
And Doug.
There it is, Limu, the 50-yard line! Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty...
Not like the best example again. good enough. Okay, so it's here.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good deal.
So then here I want to add like groceries cart sound effects. Grocery sound effects. This is good. Again, convert. Let's grab it. My watchtower automatically syncs it. Another important note, if you're doing sound effects, it's really important you put everything in a separate folder for me and send me all of your assets. Obviously, I think that goes without saying, but yeah.
For the price of 2.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good. Wait, that's actually a good.
So sound effects won't always be needed in every single situation, especially when our production has in-game sound effects. However, in really quiet moments like this, where it's like there's not a lot happening, foley is really important.
Wait, that's actually a good deal. 2 for 2? What? Oh. It's for that.
And then right here,
What?
like maybe a bamboo sound for my essential.
What? Oh. Oh, it's for that. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Just try some.
Let's do another grab.
Just try something here. Awesome. Awesome. What a deal. Deal. VB? VB, wake up. It's time to wake up. VB, VB, VB!
Hi. Where am I? I'm working.
You are working.
Working.
You are.
So Final Cut would be doing things like this too, giving better composition for shots instead of leaving so much headroom.
You are working.
Where am I? I'm working.
You are. You are working. Yeah, so hard working. I want to buy something, BB.
You're my first customer. Okay, I'm ready.
First customer.
Yeah, it's been dead all day.
Well, I see that. See that. See that.
Yeah.
Well, I see that.
Maybe here, because right here, it's kind of an awkward silence. So
That. Well, I have.
maybe since it's the desert, we do like some kind of a hawk sound. I don't know, just something to fill the space, because we always want something to fill the space. We never want a moment that doesn't. You know what I mean? There has to constantly be something happening at all times. Otherwise, we lose attention.
Well, I have something. Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here, and buy this right here, and this is the. Well, I have. Well, I have something. Well, I have some. Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here, and this is the real price. Let's set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's one. This right here, and this is the real price. Let's set it.
A drop plastic or something.
The real price is set it back there on the shelf. Oh. Set it back there on the shelf. There on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's 140. That can't be right.
And another grab. I like to do the grabs just so that it
That can't.
just
140. That can't.
it gives you a lot of room to make something very generic that can be used across multiple instances instead of trying to find the right sound effect per thing.
140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140. Look. 140.
That has to be a mistake. This is like $300. $400, really.
Set it back there, VB. Do we have to go back there?
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying you're lying. You're lying. I'm lying. Lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's.
Well, what is it coming up here? What is it saying up here?
140.
Exactly, VB. And you know what? You know what? Just for you, since you're doing such a
Paper. And so polishing also is just kind of tightening things up a little bit. Let's see. And I'll show you what that means in a second.
doing such a good work. Doing such a good work at work. Here's $2.
Wow.
Okay, so let's watch the whole thing and just feel it out now.
There's like no customers today. Hello.
Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. 2 for the price of 2.
2 for 2? Wait, that's actually a good deal. 2 for 2? What? Oh, it's for that. Wait a second.
I heard something there.
Just try something here. Awesome. What a deal. Deal. VB? VB, wake up. It's time to wake up. VB, VB, VB!
Glitch! Hi! Where am I? I'm working.
You are working. Yeah, so hard working. So I want to buy something, BB.
You're my first customer. Okay, I'm ready.
First customer.
Yeah, it's been dead all day.
Well, I see that. Well, I have something that I want to buy, and I want to buy this right here. And this is the real price, and set it back there on the shelf. Oh.
No, it says it's 140. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 140. Look. 140.
That has to be a mistake. This is like $300. $400, really.
Set it back there, VB. Do we have to go back there?
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I don't think that's...
Well, what is it coming up here? What is it saying up here?
140.
Exactly, VB.
140.
Exactly, VB. And you know what? Just for you, since you're doing such a good work at work, here's $2.
Wow.
Okay.
This is like...
The only part
Something that I
wanted to add was when she wakes up.
Something, BB.
You're my first customer.
Right here, just a... Literally just a small foley sound effect.
First customer. Okay. First customer. Okay, I'm ready.
First customer.
Yeah, it's been dead all day.
Well, I see that.
Okay, and that pretty much concludes the Final Cut. Final Cut would include music, foley, sound effects, tightening things up, making sure things look good. I would even say
There's like no customers today. No customers today.
Depending on the video, I may even ask you to do subtitles for certain parts.
Attention all shoppers.
Like right here, maybe. I don't know. I have a thing in our project. If you type in transition, you look here. We can copy that, paste that here.
Attention all Attention all shoppers. Please join us in the back. Please join us in the back for our daily ham special. Two for the price of two.
Two for two? Wait, that's actually good.
Okay, and that pretty much concludes the tutorial. So, the only other thing I did not mention is color correction. Sometimes, if you're good at this, we may ask for like slight color corrections with an adjustment layer, which would basically just look very minimal, like maybe this. I don't even think this one really is it. But outside that, like, that is pretty much the majority of our video. And then we just kind of duplicate that process throughout the entire thing. Depending on the video itself and how complex it is, I am normally able to get these videos entirely done within 8 hours. So, especially for a video like this size here, and then even a little bit bigger than this, there is an expected about 2-day turnaround. Now, with that being said, I put in a little bit more complexity into this than normal. A lot of times our videos will have built-in transitions or sound effects and things like that, and there's a lot that you can do with just keeping things very raw. and this is a very slow paced video. There's different parts of this video. I encourage you guys to try out a totally different part than what I did. So if you guys can start from the 2-minute mark and on right here, then edit a part that is consistent with anything after that, that would be awesome. The whole point of giving you this tutorial and kind of going through our processes and giving you the test run and rough cuts and all this blah, 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 we are trying to determine what editors are going to work best for different parts of this edit. We are not expecting everyone to be great at every single part. Maybe you're only great at, setup and assembly cut because it's easier. Or maybe you have no storytelling experience and you just want to do the VFX part or the Final Cut part and maybe you're really good at sound effects. We need everybody on board because these are all specialized roles. Especially we need story cutting people on board. But in a worst case scenario, if we can't find them, I will do a lot of that and it will still come down to helping me because there's a lot of extra stuff that you guys can do that is very time heavy. So I hope this helps. We're looking for your strengths and we're looking to see where we can put all of you together so that we can come up with the best possible scenario and actually get edits done. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to see you on team, and thank you for watching this very long 1.5 to 2 hour tutorial. You're welcome to give it a try and send it to my email, hambonethewise@gmail.com. The project will be inside of the whatever it's called, the description of this video. And please do not send this to other people. However, I am opening up ourselves to recommendations. So if there is an editor you have that wants to try this out for free, then we will gladly take on anybody who is willing to go through and do a 1 to 2 minute test run of basically whatever I just showed here all the way from front to back and see how that plays out and if they can do it. So thank you guys. I will need a project from you with every single one of these here. The setup, the rough cut, the story cut, you can ignore this here. The story cut and the final cut. That way I can see what you're actually doing in each section. That would help me a lot. So I appreciate it if you can do that. And I will leave in probably this project as well, so you can look at this one specifically and then go from there. But I would appreciate if you guys can also start your own project from the template. Thank you and have a good day.